It wasn't something that happened suddenly, like at the spur of a moment. It was something that had been going on. It was things that we were noticing for
It was
years.
conflicts that were going on.
Yeah,
The departure was like this.
We always tried to work out our differences and communicate between each other. We always tried to communicate, but...
Look at Farah just not even knowing that. She might have some of the same fake. Oh, Lord.
We were having problems for a while now.
It's just a real weird feeling to actually be with somebody since you were 9 and 10 and then be separated so suddenly.
I mean, like the drop of a hat.
But how and why could this have possibly happened? After a multi-platinum year filled with hit after hit, the self-proclaimed family unit that was Destiny's Child gave no outward signs of internal troubles.
I think we're going to be home Christmas and New Year's.
We're about to go to Europe, and as soon as we get from Europe, then hopefully we'll get a couple days home.
And we're also going to do our new video, too.
That's right. Say my name. Say my name.
Yeah, so this is December, so this is right before they do Say My Name video, which I talked about in my previous Destiny's Child video, how much I looked forward to Say My Name music video, back when music videos were music videos, and that was an event before the internet. Well, you had AOL, but before like the internet was the internet, and so like you would go to the TV, MTV, VH1, BET, to see the new music video drop, and not to see these two women in the music video broke my heart because I was so confused. But yeah,
I think the 27th of December, to be exact.
That video, Say My Name, ended up being shot weeks later, with LaToya and Latavia nowhere in sight, and their places taken by two brand new Destiny's members, Farah Franklin and Michelle Williams.
What was that like, though, when you heard that they'd shot a video for a song you sang on without you?
I was like, I was like, nah, you playing.
I was like, hold on. I was like, it's not true. Then we got another call, and we heard it again. Then the next thing, I'm looking at BET. The premiere of Destiny's Child's new video, Say My Name. Oh, that's how we heard about it.
Say my name, say my name.
They were very, very aware of everything before it was done. There have been comments on the radio that I can't get into it legally, but there have been comments on the radio stating that they knew exactly what was going on. I called them personally and said that I would be a bigger woman and call them and confront them about everything.
Everything being the fundamental question of why, on December 14th, after almost 10 years together, LaToya and Latavia wrote letters effectively ending their relationship with the group's manager.
They seemed to feel that they could continue on as part of the group and yet under their own management. Was that even conceivable as far as you're concerned?
That's ludicrous. There's only one word for that. You have to have cohesion. Columbia Records is not going to deal with two managers. That's not going to happen. That's not real world.
There was not a dispute with Beyonce and Kelly.
I mean, I can't think of anything in the top of my head. And I understand and there need to be cohesion. Let's just say everything at face value, we don't know anything. At face value, I understand the idea there has to be one manager for a group. But if you're having conflict with that manager, do they not have the right to say, well, let's get our own manager and still be in a group? Can that not happen? Again, I can't think off the top of my head that being the case, but I think that can happen. So that's where I'm like, I don't understand. Again, for y'all to be friends for over a decade, y'all grew up together. For the split to happen like that is weird as hell to me. And that was foul as hell to put them out of the music video. If them two could be in the music video, don't do the music video. Because at the end of the day, the fans know that them two worked on that album with y'all. And again, it's not even a Beyonce Kelly thing. It's more of a manager thing. I know that's probably how it went down. But that's very unfair to them two that you put them out in the music video that they helped sing and produce. And that's weird as hell. Like, I just wanted to do the music video. But at the same time, the album just dropped, so you gotta tour the album. So like, what do you do with that? But I think just the whole rollout was weird as hell. Like, it was hard for me, especially to get used to the new group members. It wasn't really until he did the next album, which was it Survivor? I think that's what it was called. To where it felt like, okay, this is a whole new group, it's a whole new thing. But for them to be replaced, it didn't feel right. It wasn't right, but it kind of was very bad timing on all fronts, because you just dropped a new album, you still got to promote it, you still got to do stuff, but original members aren't there, which I think it was rare for it to happen like that. I just found it to be very crazy. It happened it went down the way it went down. Like, rarely you see it go down like that. Usually they wait to do the tour and all that, and then you split. But for them to just be like, all right, nah, F them, get out of here. Get out of here. Well, yeah. Like, damn, that's kind of crazy.
We didn't have any arguments. Latoya and I, we never quit the group.
Never quit.
We never quit.
Never left, never even said anything about quitting the group.
We simply wanted to disaffirm our personal management agreement with our manager. And because of it, this happened.
Right.
They still insist to us that they've got love for you guys. They do not have hard feelings for you. Their issue was with management and not with the two of you.
Well, they slapped a nice lawsuit on us.
Yeah.
So
That's a lot of love.
That's some hard love, isn't it?
Although there is a pending lawsuit, the show must go on with the new girls. Farah, who first appeared as an extra in the Bills video, and Michelle, who was touring with Monica when she met the group. The new members seem to have no trouble picking up where the old girls left off.
Everything has just been gelling together.
It's also taken a lot out of them to teach us what they've been doing for 10 years in a month.
You can't even tell that they're new. They're just as good. You can't tell.
My opinion is they should have kept the original group.
Thank you. Now I'm about to say, I know you're not going to get up here and got people capping now. Like, come on now. Again, no disrespect.
Got the new girls. I was like, whoa, they fit in.
I mean,
obviously, the last few months have done some serious damage to what was a decade-long friendship. So, is there any hope the two sides will ever speak again outside of a courtroom?
I hold no grudges. One day, I pray that we can be friends again. But I'm just happy that we found these new members and we're still able to continue.
Let's go on to the next thing that kind of breaks it down a little bit more. Boulevard of Broken Dreams, Destiny's Child. Here we go.
All of the bad seeds are now out of Destiny's Child.
I was shocked. I was literally...
Oh, B, no. Why you say that? No. Okay.
Floored. Jonathan.
This is a place between heaven and Hollywood. It's in Hollywood. You haven't really made it until everyone can say your name.
My dream was to be an entertainer.
I was living my dream.
But fame can be fleeting, as former Destiny's Child member LaToya Luckett learned the hard way.
I was like, wow, 7 years down the drain, just like that.
LaToya Luckett is a natural-born performer.
I started singing in church. I went to Brentwood Baptist Church in Houston, Texas, and I just wanted to do what Janet did and what I saw Whitney do.
One day at school, LaToya met a new friend who would forever change her destiny.
I was going to my seat, and I look up, and there's a girl in my seat. I'm like, teacher, somebody's in my seat, whatever. Come to find out, it was Beyonce. You know, I found.
Some may call that foreshadowing. I'm just playing. I'm just serious.
Found out that she could sing. She found out that I could sing and wanted me to come and audition for her father.
Beyonce's dad,
wow,
Matthew
look how young
Knowles,
they are,
invited LaToya to join Girls Time, which later became Destiny's Child. The lineup also included LaTavia Robertson and Beyonce's best friend, Kelly Rowland.
The vibe between the four of us was wonderful. When we would have our interviews and we would say that we were sisters, it was very true.
Matthew Knowles managed the group and ran a tight ship.
He was about rehearsing. Rehearse, 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 rehearse.
In 1997, Destiny's Child signed with Columbia Records. The girls' first taste of success came with paperwork attached from Matthew.
The contracts were laid out in front of us. Everybody's excited, ready to sign. And he would pull out his management agreement and say, this has to be signed before you sign this.
I think that it was ludicrous for us to have to sign a contract like right there.
LaToya's mom, Pamela Luckett, wanted the deal to be reviewed by an attorney.
Attorneys can really screw up a lot of stuff.
It became a...
Okay, that might have been said out of context. So I don't know why, I'm going to give him grace on that. But to say attorneys can, I'm going to give him grace on that because that might have been a good editing job. But that's kind of wild.
really bad situation. They were looking at it like, wow, LaToya, you're stopping our deal here. And then, of course, she's looking at me at that age. What are you doing, Mom?
Eventually, the girls signed. Destiny's Child hit the road in support of their debut LP.
They had an autograph signing here in Houston. We get there, the line is wrapped around the corner. They're screaming their names. They roll up in a limo, and Destiny's Child, and they get out, the crowd goes wild. That was the first time I realized she hit it big.
Encouraged by their success, the group quickly returned to the studio and recorded a follow-up album, The Writing's on the Wall. The title proved prophetic.
Matthew got the phone call that LaToya...
Which, fun fact, I vividly remember my mama getting me this album. I remember during that time period. Like, I remember she got me that album. I want to say it was Big Willie Style. Might have been Big Willie Style. And NSYNC's Black and Blue album, I want to say. But, yeah.
He was very sick, and the next day we were going
That was my album, though.
Our European tour.
I'm sorry, I'm just talking over it. That was my album, though. Like, Right on the Wall, that was my goddamn album, bro. Woo!
Writing's on the Wall. The title proved prophetic.
Matthew got the phone call that LaToya was very sick, and the next day we were going on our European tour, and we were all like, well, what are we going to do? We can't go. And he was like, well, Janella, the choreographer, can take her place.
I was shocked. I was literally floored. I have 104 fever. I can't leave.
They really didn't understand still the necessary personal sacrifices they had to make to really become great at this.
You know, this is our group member. You can't just replace a group member because she's sick. She's in the hospital.
It makes you feel like, you know, was it worth it? Was it, you know, not?
LaToya missed Destiny's European tour that wrapped up in December 1999. As the money poured in, LaToya and LaToya grew unhappy with their share of the group's huge success.
You look up some days and you're like, okay, I can't pay my cell phone bill. You know, like, that's really crazy. So we had questions.
When Toya was like, well, you know, I want to go get another manager. There's no reason that Beyonce driving a Jaguar right now and my mama still is driving this old Mazda.
What are we going to do?
Ain't nothing wrong with no Mazdas. No, I don't want to alienate or put down anybody. You know, hey, get it how you live, all right? So, but it is kind of crazy, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Our voice is going to be big enough to be able to make an impact.
LaToya and I sent a letter over stating that we just wanted a business manager, someone that could help us, you know, to have better communication with management and with the label.
It showed a lack of trust, and I worked my butt off for all of the girls, so I was disappointed. I felt angry.
I called Beyonce. You could tell that things had been miscommunicated to her.
Our issue was strictly with management, and it had nothing to do with Beyonce and Kelly.
Communication between the girls broke down. The next time LaToya and LaToya saw their own group was on TV, but something was missing.
We were watching BET and we heard world premiere, Say My Name video.
Over the next 4 minutes and 31 seconds, LaToya and LaToya watched two new girls steal their destiny.
They didn't find
find out until they seen the video with us in the group. Obviously, I have no idea about this. I'm 18 years old, and I'm happy to be a Destiny's Child, and I don't know anyone who would turn down that opportunity.
We were sitting there just in awe. It was like a blank emotion. We're looking at each other like, oh my gosh.
Wow. 7 years down the drain, just like that.
I think that they had to have been devastated.
My self-esteem was very, very low. Beyonce is very talented, and so I was like, well, I'm not sounding like that. That's not my thing, so maybe I can't sing.
Yeah, I'll never forget that day, bro. Like watching, like I was so hyped. Oh, I was so hyped to watch that music video, bro. Like it's just like, man, that's crazy. And again, I don't think there was any bad guys in the situation in terms of Destiny's Child itself. Not Beyonce, not Kelly, not LaToya, not Latavia. I think it was Matthew himself. Matthew and whoever he was working with, they constructed to split them girls. They're still only like 18. So they didn't have the sense to be like, maybe we should be talking to each other. But at the same time, Kelly and Beyonce are probably being told, don't talk to them. They're the enemy. They're trying to break everything up. They're trying to screw everything up. So they're like, okay. And so they create this wedge. Like, it kind of reminds me of the TLC story. Not it kind of reminds me of the TLC story, right? With Pebbles and all that and management. Except they stay together. But, yeah, it's just, man, that's crazy.
In 2000, Destiny's Child had its second major hit with Say My Name. When the video premiered, group members LaToya Luckett and Latavia Robertson found out they had been replaced, and fans were now saying two new names, Michelle Williams and Farah Franklin.
There was one side that believed that Matthew Knowles was this really intense, controlling, business-minded guy who had driven the two girls out of the group. And there was another side that said that they had already got a little taste of success and wanted to continue on their own.
Beyonce was devastated. These were her sisters. These were her friends. They had spent the last, 6, 7 years of their lives together getting to this point. This was not something that she took lightly.
As long as it was Beyonce and Kelly doing the singing, the belief of all of us is that it would make a major difference, and sure enough, it didn't.
Matthew Knowles and Beyonce, that's the root, that's the tree. Don't get it twisted. Everything else is a branch or a leaf.
It was a very, very big story in music because that first Destiny's Child album had been very big, and they probably only became more devastated as time went on because the group just kept becoming more and more successful, and that they were denied all the fruits of their labor.
I was like ecstatic because I get to be a Destiny's Child. I know all the songs. It was like a dream.
But 5 short months after Farah joined the group, her dream was over.
I felt like I was losing my identity and I was not being treated as you would personally want someone treating your daughter if the tables were switched around. And I just couldn't, handle the situation anymore. I had to leave.
All of the bad seeds are now out of Destiny's Child. We've had changes in the group, and we finally found the recipe that is perfect.
Meanwhile, in March of 2000, LaToya and Latavia filed suit against their former bandmates Kelly and Beyonce, as well as Matthew Knowles and the Sony music label. But once the suit was settled, the girls tried to focus on the future.
I'm a go-getter. I don't give up easily.
In 2004, LaToya auditioned for Capitol Records, and the label offered her a deal immediately.
They love my music. They said it was something different.
I was like, oh, she could sing. What I really liked about it was it wasn't really a Destiny Child kind of sound. It was more urban. It was more her.
LaToya released her self-titled album in July 2006. It shot straight to the top of the charts.
Once I found out I was #1, I think that's when it hit, and I felt like all the hard work paid off. Like I was finally there.
Man, I remember I was rooting for all of them. Even when after everything went down and Michelle went, so I was rooting for her too when Michelle did her thing as well. Like, I was really rooting for all of them. I'm kind of shocked LaToya didn't make it bigger than what she did. I mean, she went #1. How come she wasn't able to continue that success? She was doing movies and all the kind of stuff. Like, I don't know what happened with her. But the music industry is a crazy thing, man. You know, you never know. You can be hot one moment, cold the next. But, yeah, man.
Since leaving Destiny's Child, Latavia and Farah also began working on solo careers. Now, Destiny's exes can each look back with a fresh perspective.
I don't think that I was at a point in my life to where I could really grasp that everything is not what it seems.
Missing the friendships, that was the hardest thing. It was the death of a friendship.
I do believe that there comes a point in your life where you're doing things that you wouldn't do normally, and you're not who you are, and there's such a thing as selling your soul for fame.
You ain't got to get too sentimental. Life goes on. This music thing, man, cats got to just understand this changes are inevitable, and sometimes they're for the better.
I love how just Chuck D is randomly in this goddamn, this little mini op-ed, whatever. Like, what the hell Chuck D got to do with that shit? Come on, B. To me, yeah, I think in real time, I did look at Beyonce and Kelly like, you traitors. Because it really felt like they traded, they went against their own sisters to continue to continue success, which they did. Like, shout out to them and Michelle. They were able to become more successful, which, you know, you usually don't see that in split up of groups. Like, imagine if Left Eye left TLC, or I don't know. Can't think of what was a big group in the 90s. It was like Justin left NSYNC. Oh, that's not a good example. But they were able to continue to be more successful. So good for them. And they are great talent. We know Beyonce's talented, Kelly's talented, and Michelle's talented. Just a shame that it went down like that. Yeah, and I know people look at Beyonce a certain way, but at the same time, she's put in a very difficult position because it's her father. Like, the manager is her father. Like, she's going to choose her father over her friends. That just was going to be. I don't know. I know we want to make out Beyonce to be this mastermind that's trying to, you know, I know the group was made for eventually Beyonce to be the star that she became. We all know that. But I don't really look at Beyonce as this evil mastermind that really was trying to oust her friends or whatever. I think she had Matthew in her ear and probably management in her ear that was trying their best to split her and the rest of the group members away from each other, and they succeeded. Yeah, that's why in a group, everyone, this is a great comment right here. That's why in a group, everyone's parents should be involved. Because if you have one parent involved that's in control of everything, it's not gonna go well. So, I feel bad for Farah too. Speaking of, because I feel like Farah was kind of, because she was only there for 5 months, kind of just wasted to the side, and nobody really gave her a chance to tell her story, and nobody really cared because she was only there for five months. I don't think she wasn't even on a song for real. So it's kind of like, but I do think that's kind of messed up that Farah never really got to tell her side of the story either, or I feel like it got any light, right? And it's kind of like that should have also been a sign, but y'all make fun of the moment, which I'm sorry, we gotta watch this because it still is wild to me. The moment from like it was like Destiny's Child All Access, where in real time we're seeing Farah get fired in real time. That's still wild to me. But sorry, we gotta watch this. Hold on.
Go to Houston to do something else.
Okay. That's the last flight out of here? Yes, sir.
You might have to go straight to the airport.
Okay. I don't have no luggage.
I'm rolling.
But it's better for you to go home than not have luggage.
It's not. Where y'all coming out there?
Well, somebody can send your luggage.
But then I don't have to wait.
It's crazy. She like, no, it's not. Like, it's better for you to be out there. Like, no, that's not true. That's crazy.
It's not.
That's wild.
I don't have no luggage.
I'm rolling.
But it's better for you to go home than not have luggage. It's not.
Because where y'all coming out there?
Well, somebody can send your luggage.
But then I'm going to have to wait for 4 days before I get all my stuff.
Well, it's either that or you gonna probably miss your flight.
We have nothing against her, but we just felt like we can continue on as a trio, and that's what we're doing.
That's crazy. This transition that to sail on. It's crazy. That was foul as hell, bro. That was foul as hell, bro. It's like, Beyonce, it's not? Like, no! Like, he's ready to go home than not to have your luggage. Like, bruh. Damn, Farah, man. They didn't give you a fair shot. I don't even remember what the story was of why she left. Oh, what the excuse they gave outside of it just didn't work out. That's crazy. That's wild. Shout out to Farah too, though. It's like, damn, that's crazy. But yeah, that's all the hugabaloo, the hoopla around Beyonce. They're not Beyonce, Kelly, and Farah, Latoya, Latavia breaking up. But let me know whose side you're on or were on, or how you felt when you found out about the group breaking up. What did you think? Did you think they was going to be successful after that? Did you think they were going to not have any success? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, share the things of the things. Ain't gonna go home. Do like it is stepping. Peace.
Did you tell me this was over? There ain't no use talking it over. Yeah. Why didn't you try to tell me sooner? Why didn't you tell me it was over?